Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today we're back on the ghost deck. I think the yellow deck and blue deck are really important for practicing the fundamentals, but as part of your personal practice plan, include a fun deck as part of the rotation. Alright, there's the seed if you want to try it out yourself. I'll put it in the video description. But today, here we go, gold stake, ghost deck. Okay, speed tag, not something that we want. In the first round here, we have 3 diamonds, so we go for the flush. Maybe one more time for the flush. Not drawing the flush, we keep trying. And then that's it. So 2 hands is fine, that's normal. This boss here, gotta play 5 cards. Okay. Eternal to-do list on 2 pair. 2 pair can give us a lot of money in the first round. Well, second round, I think I do it. I think I take the to-do list here. I think to-do list will give us some money early, and then it will stop giving us money after a while. But I think it's worth sacrificing a joker slot to get this amount of money. Flame. You could open a buffoon pack, but if you open the buffoon pack, anything can happen, and I think I'd rather have the money here, and then of course we can hex. At minimum, we've got 50% more. Let's start with 2 pair 8s and 5s. We're looking for high cards. How many points we get is going to be very dependent on how many chips we play. 9s and 6s. I can play 10s and 3s. I'm actually hoping that this doesn't win so we can play another hand. And then that way we can do one of these. Is it worth sacrificing a joker slot for 16 bucks plus interest? Maybe. To do this on full house, that's not going to happen. We can go Chad here. We can go Drunkard. Drunkard extra discard maybe helps us get the full house. Maybe gives us money. If this wasn't a perishable, I would take Drunkard for sure. But as a perishable, I'm not 100%. Same with the Chad here. Maybe. The Chad does, in the short term, give us more chips. So maybe that's fine. Tarot Merchant. I think I mostly just want to save my money for interest. All right, let's not try to get the full house. Let's just do what's safe. And what's safe is probably the flush. Maybe I was supposed to play the straight there. Okay, I can play aces. What I should have done is I should have played a hand after my first discard. I should not have used the second discard in case we needed to dig for a second hand. But we got a nice amount of points anyway. I can go hearts. Maybe, I mean, that's useful with the to-do list if the to-do list is on flushes or straight flushes. This boss, diamonds. I need some source of molts. So the number one thing I'm looking for is buffoon pack. Gives me... could be stencil as a perishable, could be astronomer, or a celestial pack. I think I'd take the what is it, the perishable. In that case, do I want this sun card, or I think I'm gonna save my money for potentially re-rolling in the next shop if I need to. So with the ×3 from the stencil, the 5 card hand is going to win. I'm going to throw away this flush, try to get a better flush. Maybe I just go for a high straight here. 7 or queen. Or is this flush already enough? Alright, so we have a hand that we know wins. High card on the to-do list. Great. That's it. And then, of course, we can't win with high card, so now let's play the straight. All right, if this to-do list does nothing else and we get no additional money, then we've already won. But Pair, that could work. Trading card, gotta take it. Boss says diamonds. So let's go Buffoon pack first. There's Grimbo. Yeah. That makes sense. So Grimbo, yes. Do we take trading card as a rental? Do we take trading card combined with Grimbo? Probably. I would say the answer is probably. We lose the value from the stencil. Is that dangerous in any way? Let's go Archon. So Fool does nothing here. We can make a steel card. We could make hearts. We could go strength. I think if I've got Grimbo here, I think the thing that I want to do is turn 2 jacks into 2 queens. Helps us out with straights, or potentially you could get shoot the moon. Maybe Jupiter is not necessary, but taking it makes me feel safer. Let's go next. Stencil, you can sell it if you need to. So I want to play pairs. I want to possibly play a flush as the finisher. I don't need this 5. I can play the pair of 8s. I could discard first, looking for those clubs. From here, play the pair of 4s. This is relatively greedy, to be honest. In case we potentially don't draw the flush, throwing away the clubs there, a little bit spooky. Alright, I have a flush, which we upgraded. I'm not sure if we have enough molt yet. So I will play the flush, expecting it not to win on its own. I don't think we have enough molt. Okay. Close, 1500 there. Alright, but now we got money. Aura, really good with the Chad, which is about to perish. 2 celestial packs for sure. Looking for Mercury would be best. Jupiter is maybe passable. To-do list on 4 of a kind. So Jupiter again. I really don't like going in that direction, but maybe with the trading card it's a little bit easier to make flushes. I could go blank here. I think it's early enough and we have enough money. That seems fine. Grim also pretty good with the Chad. Get some enhanced cards and then use the aura. Maybe that's the answer. That's an answer. Do it. Okay. I am not going to be able to play 4 of a kind. I've decided. I want to try to play, looks like a hearts flush is possible. I could play Grim first. I now have aces. Okay. A little bit awkward. I have the diamonds here. Interested in what's going to happen with the aura. So I can play a pair of queens. I can discard to the trading card. I think I'm going to play the pair first, digging for hearts. I guess I did have a full house we could play, and then the full house is probably fine. Or do we keep going for the flush? I guess could be 2 pair also. I'm gonna trust the flush. There we go. So we can play this. Make sure we get the Grimbo value. Do I want to snap off a queen? Not really. We can snap off a 2 instead. And then with the aura, put it on a queen since we have extra queens in the deck. There you go. Turns out 4 of a kind was not impossible. Also turns out with the foil, we win no matter what we play. Oh well. I should have sold the stencil for an extra $1 of interest. Now we have high card on the to-do list. 6 cents? not as an eternal, though Michelle here is really good. Maybe we don't need the stencil anymore. We can go Arcana first in case we get Temperance. So pick up Michelle. Now we got more Molt. Standard pack looking for seals. Could be purple seal. Maybe with the green Joker you don't do purple seal. And then Telescope. Yeah, Telescope looks like high card. So do we want to reroll here? Maybe not yet. Save my money for the booster packs in the next one. Okay, to-do list on high card. I can snap off a 4. Let's try the high card. Let's try... $1,000 points for the high card because we have the chips from the Chad. Good thing we took the Chad. All right. Which means I feel safe playing the 10 high here. I could even play 2 as a high card. Maybe. That way we get more money. And then play ace high here. That's it. Okay. And we now need more chips, but we have the resources to get there. So the Chad is done. We sell it so that we can try to find another one. Look, there's a Chad. If we didn't sell the Chad, this one wouldn't be here. That's our source of chips. We could go Spectral Pack first. Do I want more aces? Do I want more... I think I do want more aces. Lucky cards, gold cards, glass cards, all useful to me. Great. Arcana, we can reroll first. Cloud 9, I'm not going to take because I already have a to-do list. Now on pairs. Interesting. All right, so Temperance is $11. I have Strength, so I could turn kings into aces since we have so many aces. I could turn one more jack into one more queen. I can save the Strength in case of emergency. Go one more. Get a bull here as a source of chips. So if I have Grimbo and I have the trading card, I don't need the bull. Or sorry, if I have the bull, I don't need the trading card. Well, that's not very exciting. So I guess trading card only has 2 rounds anyway. Fine. All right, we'll do it the boring way. Let's turn kings into aces. You want pairs? We could do pairs. Let's put the polychrome on the left. This is gonna win. If not, that's good news. All right. Boss says no repeats. Do this as 4 of a kind. Could go priestess here. The last thing we did that I remember was strength, so priestess is okay. Earth, Venus, checking a celestial pack. Just looking for pairs. Maybe plutonium's fine. Flushes are done because we have the bull now. We don't have to worry about that. Could be glass cards, could be lucky cards. Since I have the one glass ace, maybe it makes sense to make another glass ace, especially if we have the Chad. Though if we make the lucky cards, we can try to leverage that for more money. I think I don't need the magician that bad. Just go justice for more glass. Though the glass cards are less good if we don't have very high levels. Oh well. Any chance of getting 4 of a kind? Actually, somewhat. Maybe 4 of a kind queens. So, can't repeat. We can play a pair. The next hand wins. Is it worth it losing a molt on Grimbo in order to get the 4 of a kind money? Probably not. So I guess you just play the queen here, hoping that it doesn't win. But too many chips from the bull. Bummer. Okay, Saturn. Do I want to take these celestial packs? Probably best in most situations for us to just not take the celestial packs because of the bull, but because we have the chat and we have the glass cards, maybe then the celestial packs go up in value. A little bit of plutonium. I'm looking for 4 of a kind, maybe 3 of a kind. Stick with high card. Go next. So now, do list on high card. All right, well, there you go. The do list giving us roughly $1 per round, or sorry, $4 per round. Sometimes you get it twice, but sometimes you don't get it at all. Yeah, $4 per round, totally worth it for the to-do list. All right, could be spectral pack here. Red, gold instead of polychrome. I don't think we can hex there reasonably. Standard pack, I'm looking for more gold cards. Any kind of value generator works. Since we have the bull, it doesn't matter what we play. I can play 2 pair, but then put the 2 in front so we get less chips from the Chad. We might actually be able to play quite a few hands here. Maybe not. All right, there's 2 pair again, and this boss hearts. Okay. Last chance for Michelle to leave. That's it. She left us. All right, now with Michelle gone, you probably need more molt. Maybe. I don't plan on re-rolling because we have the bull. I don't need these jacks. Maybe I'm not supposed to open standard packs because you just want to save your chips for the, or save your money for the chips on the bull, but pretty good ace here. Yeah, maybe we don't take the re-roll. Just go next. So we want to play high card as many times as possible. So let's get a baseline by playing the ace. That's the minimum amount of points. Okay, so it looks like I can safely play 3 of those without winning. Safely. And then fine. So 1 more of those. And then look at that, playing ace. Extra chips. We win again. Okay, golden ticket as a source of money. I have exactly 2 gold cards, but I could get more. You could also do golden joker as a source of money. I think golden ticket on average is going to be better. Let's do that. Standard packs could get more gold cards. I don't think I'd take purple. Could be gold 7. Maybe you open the standard packs first, and what you see in the standard packs give you information about whether or not to take the ticket, and after seeing the gold card, then I have the information, maybe we take the ticket. Let's go next. Bosses discard random cards. That's sad for Grimbo. We want to try to play 2 pair for the to-do list. Maybe we start with high card queen. Okay. Missing on the 2 pair, and I don't think it's worth discarding. Okay, I can play aces and 3s. Yum. I can play queens and 7s. That's it. And then maybe in the next round, do something a little bit more fancy. All right, so the amount of money that we got from the ticket there, if we get no money from the ticket in the next 2 rounds, it's still better than the golden joker. Could take Todd here as another source of chips. Probably not super important that we do that, but if there's temperance, we get more money. Could be Emperor here, just fishing for more money. Justice on the aces. Well, that's kind of interesting. We also have the red seal ace. We can put justice on. Standard packs, I'm looking for more value generators. Maybe I don't need a steel 6. Go next. Full house to-do list. So my best hand is the high card, I guess. Something like that. Okay. Aces and queens if I want to try to get a full house. Or maybe since I have the 3s here, all I have to do is draw aces. I wasn't even thinking about getting the full house because normally you can't, but maybe we can. I think I saved justice for the red seal. I think I play the full house and try not to win, but I think it's going to be at least 10k here. I think we win this. Oh, Todd? Yeah, this is way too much. Oh well. We did have a chance there. The glass card could have broken, and so you pay $4, or you risk the glass card for the $4, I think is worth it. Take the boss reroll, just in case. And then probably Buffoon Pack, looking for some kind of X-Molt. Could be Northern Lion. Maybe at this point it's too late. Could be a Luchador. We don't get the money on the gold card, but then Grimbo is fine. Standard pack. Polychrome 5, or you take a rack. Polychrome 5 is not happening, right? We're just playing aces, right? Could be the stone card. If we have chips from the bull, maybe we don't need the stone card. Let's just go next. All right. To do this on straight flush, expecting that not to happen. Do we want to play a bunch of aces here, or do we feel that we're going to be fine without it? Right. Looks fine to me. I can play 2-pair here. I'm choosing to play 2-pair because we get extra chips from Todd. Okay. I can play an ace high. Trying not to win. And then I can turn this ace into red glass. There you go. Didn't draw my gold cards. That's okay. To-do list on pairs. That's huge. Okay. Devil is pretty good with the golden ticket. Bosses decrease level of poker hand. We don't care about that because we have the bull. So, go Arcana. We can hang him. So maybe 8 and 2, we can hang him. Standard pack. That's an ace. Glass ace with a blue seal. Perfect. Go next. Okay. To-do list on pairs. So maybe make a gold ace. Play the pair. Maybe I'm supposed to put the to-do list to the left again. I should, yes, okay. I can play the 7. I could dig for a pair. Let's play the 7. Okay, looks like we need slightly more points. I can play the aces. I can pair the queen or the 9. And I guess long term with the blue seal, what I want is 4 of a kind. But we have chosen to go for the pairs. So I guess it'll just be high card here. 4 of a kind because we have so many glass cards, we want to be able to jam them together. Alright. Before I use the plutonium, let's check the tarot cards. The last card we used was the devil, so that's fine. I checked the tarot cards to see what the fool would give me if we had a fool. Now, celestial pack, 4 of a kind instead of the plutonium. I could make another gold ace for the golden ticket and go next. To do this on flushes, hearts or diamonds as a flush. That's kind of interesting. I guess the number one thing I want to do is get my gold seal value. And then we could do other stuff too, but like getting the gold seal value is number one priority. I can play this 2 pair. That was a little bit more points. I can play a pair of 5s, maybe. This might win. Okay. We could play the flush. We get $4, but we potentially lose the glass cards, and I don't think I want to lose the glass cards. So I'll just play high card. Ace. Alright, to do this on straights now. That's not impossible. Earth, no. Jupiter, no. Plutonium, maybe. Alright, we can spin the wheel. We can make another glass card. Or sorry, gold card. Reroll the boss. Alright. So this should be fine. And basically just don't play a high card or flush. I can play 3 of a kind. Seems pretty good. That was pretty good, but that was because we had the foil card. Here I might be inclined to discard. Just once. Okay. Then we can play 2 pair. I can save the aces. Okay, so 2 aces and 2 3s. And then we finish up with the queens, maybe? Trying not to use the glass card. Alright. Maybe trying not to use the glass card. I want to get the extra chips from Todd, or do I just want to get the extra money on the golden ticket? Like maybe the move is we do this. We could play a flush. I think I don't need to. You could always just get a calculator. Anyway, that's fine. Holographic card, a lot of molt. Okay, too late for the hiker. This boss previously played as debuffed. Probably doesn't matter. And if we need to, we can re-roll it. We can take an Emperor here. And Mega Arcana pack. Alright, Temperance is 17. We can hang him. Yeah, I think 6 and 2. Let's hang him. Pick up some money. To do this on 2 pair, no problem. Go next. Alright, 2 pair could be 10s and 4s. Without Todd, not very impressive. I guess we already have 400 chips from the bull. 41 on Grimbo. I can play 2 pair 7s and aces. Good amount of money on that one. I could play 2 pair 10s and 9s. Maybe 10s and 9s wins. Maybe you're supposed to play the ace first for the golden ticket value. Right? Okay, this stuff doesn't super matter. Maybe the thing that we want to do is still go for the 4 of a kind levels. Maybe still pick up more Mars cards to make our glass cards more powerful. Go next. All right, to-do list on full house. I do have a bunch of aces in hand, so it could be worthwhile to go for the 4 of a kind aces now and then collect the planet card. I like that idea. All right, so we can't lose. Doesn't matter what we play. We could play the full house for the $4. I think I'm going to stick with the 4 of a kind. Okay, that was not very impressive. I can play these aces as a pair. And then I still have enough aces for the final hand. Play these, choosing to get the money rather than going for the glass here. Crunchy. Not the end of the world. Alright. Mars, sure. This boss, by the way, okay. My cards are going to be debuffed. Mostly that just cost me money, right? That's the main thing. Otherwise, it's fine. Could go ectoplasm here. I don't need space, and I don't want to give up the hand size. Could go blue seal on the ace. That seems really good. 4 and 2, we can hang them. Make a blue seal. Okay. Standard pack. Queens, I think I don't need. I've grown out of that. And we don't need the reroll here. So I think rerolling this boss, you get more money from the golden ticket. And we don't worry about clubs. Though one of our blue seals is now debuffed. Alright. I'm going to go 4 of a kind. Hopefully it's not too strong. Okay. Now we want to try to get more aces. We can try that 4 of a kind again. The ace held in hand is $3. If you play the ace, it's $4, so it's about the same either way. I can play high card ace here. And I don't have to risk the glass card. And now we should have a pretty relaxed time in ante 8. The boss we can always reroll, or if we need to, sell something. Maybe golden ticket, you're trying to replace it here. Maybe trading card too late. Maybe I'd rather just have the money from the golden ticket to feed the bull. Standard packs really have a low chance of doing anything. Maybe I shouldn't even look. Alright. High card to-do list. So there's a high card 10. Okay, that gets us a third of the way there. A little bit less than a third. I can play, could be a straight. I want to get the aces for the blue seal. I can play the queen for the ticket. Ah, beans. Oh, it's because of the holographic gave me a lot of molt. That's okay. Maybe I should have discarded one more time. Mercury here. I guess plutonium is preferred. Could be a steel card. Maybe a steel king. And go next. The do list on pairs. Alright, so I guess we do the pairs. Pair of kings. Pair of queens. Slightly juicier pair because of the holographic. Alright, and we can play the 4 of a kind. We have 2 blue seals, I think worth it to try. Alright, we missed. The 1 4 of a kind, or with a glass card. Do that. Probably this is overkill. And then we lose a glass card? Nah, bummer. Alright. Plutonium, sure. Senor Huesos. Yeah, I mean, that is a way. That's a thing that you could do. Take one of those. Get the extra hand size. The do list on 3 of a kind. There's no way we get 3 of a kind, right? I can play high card. Okay. Could be 3 queens here. 3 queens is just worse than playing the high card. Oh well. And then if you want, could do a little discarding. Could be probably don't need Grimbo here. Don't need Todd. Couple of aces. There you go. All right. That was okay, I guess. What did we learn this time? I guess kind of... I mean, we did Grimbo. We did, you know, playing as many hands as you can to get as much multi as you can. About 60 by the time you get to the end. That's about average, I would say. This was a big deal. Deciding to take the Eternal to-do list. Some people are afraid of, you know, if there's a Joker that gives you money, maybe you don't want to take an Eternal money generator because you won't have enough Joker slots for scoring, right? But if you get the extra money from whatever kind of Eternal Joker early on you don't need the Joker slots. You don't need to fill all your Joker slots, right? You only need a couple of scoring Jokers early on, and so having that value generator, you can leverage that money to get more planet cards and more shop rerolls so that you can reroll into stronger Jokers, more booster packs and deck building and stuff like that. And so despite losing a Joker slot overall, the benefit that you get from that extra money makes up for missing a Joker slot potentially. Obviously on the Ghost deck here, we can hex it, we can make it polychrome, we can kind of make that slot worth it, but you're still losing a Joker slot because you could have instead hexed something else. But the moral of the story is, you know, don't be afraid of these Eternal value generators. To-do list specifically, to-do list is going to be not as strong as a lot of other options, like even Golden Joker. Probably you prefer just having Golden Joker give you a steady $4 every round, but to-do list on average is kind of about the same, $4 or $5 per round. Some rounds it does nothing. You know, maybe it asks for a straight flush or a 4 of a kind or full house, and you're just not able to do that. Many rounds you're able to play multiple hands. So high card you can play 3 times safely, play high card 3 times, finish with a flush. Or maybe play 4 pairs. Or maybe play 2 pair twice and then finish with, you know, whatever it is, your actual scoring hand or something like that. Maybe 3 of a kind you can play once, but not more than that. Maybe a straight you can play not at all sometimes. And so if you look at all the different possibilities, sometimes nothing, but sometimes a lot, and kind of on average, worth it. Here, because we got the bull, because, well, I mean, bull is just so powerful. It gives you however many chips, you know, let's say a normal kind of leveled up hand is maybe 150 chips, maybe 200 you can get up to, leveling up your pairs or something like that. So, you know, this, when you have no chips is great. And then on top of that, okay, maybe giving you 3 times as much as other kind of chips jokers. But it's not free necessarily. We spent $350. There's $350 that I don't get to use because I'm holding on to the bull. And if you get into kind of an emergency where it's like, okay, well, I know I need something, I can spend, but if I start to spend, then I start to lose the bull value. And I'm basically just saying, okay, we'll sell the bull and then trade it in for something else. This $300, if you try to spend this all at once in one shop, then the shop reroll prices keep going up, right? It's $5, $6, $7, keeps going up. You're going to run out of money very fast, whereas it's much safer to kind of spread out your reroll money. Or it's much more efficient to spread out your reroll money, maybe across 3 shops, maybe across 4 shops. Reroll a couple times each instead of a bunch of rerolls in one shop. And so with the bull, how much should you reroll? Unclear, right? Because any amount that I reroll, the bull gets smaller, but maybe I do eventually need some kind of X-Molt joker. Maybe I need, you know, something like this. This is like a ×4 than your Huesos here. And so it can be a little bit of a trap. It can be, here's $300 that could have been like 3 more X-Molt jokers, but instead it's just this. And you gotta hope that this is enough. And this is enough when you also have some kind of scaling plus mult to pair with it. And then it's fine, and then you can play relative garbage. I would say towards the end here, we were definitely running out of steam, we could tell. Maybe only getting 50,000 per hand, maybe only getting 75,000 per hand, and then sort of needing either some kind of additional X-Mult joker, or in this case, we use the Chad with the glass cards. The Chad, of course, you know that it's useful. Of course, you know that it's powerful. Maybe you take it a lot of times, but it's you should pay attention to what is it doing exactly. And so early on, we said this perishable Chad was giving us chips specifically. You play a face card, you retrigger it twice, you get plus 20 chips. And then when you lose that perishable Chad, that's what you're losing. You're losing all of your chips. And then later on, you can do these kind of X-Molt things with the glass cards or sometimes the photograph, but not until you level up your hands. It's not until you have, you know, even just 9 Molt on the high card, 1 glass card with the Chad is not a lot. Maybe 2 glass cards together with the 4 of a kind is when you're starting to see profits from this, as far as this retriggerable X-Molt. Anyway, that's how you get the gold sticker on Senor Huesos here. Take care, everyone.